First of all, a wow to Trevor. That was quite inspirational. I'll continue the sexiness and romantic part of this session now, of this graveyard shift. I've got no velvet sidewalls to discuss like Andy was earlier, but some common themes. And just to try to answer Trevor's point on what's going to happen when we run out of technicians, the industry will stop. The transport industry will stop. And it's our job to do something about that now. And so you raise a really valid point. And the common themes that all of us have touched on, or will touch on throughout the course of these sessions today, are across every part of our sector. I'll be touching on the environment, legislation, regulations, education, employment, vision. It's a common theme for all of us, and there's problems and challenges to tackle, as Graham said earlier as well. But it's amazing that we've all got those common themes, and that gives us hope that we're all focusing on the right areas. So the sexy part of the session is retreads, and I'd like to thank the NTDA for giving me the opportunity to discuss retreads this afternoon. I'm personally passionate about retreads, truck and bus retreads in particular. So I'll spend the next 20 minutes going through the state of the retread industry, vision, direction of travel, how we can get there, not being left behind, and a call to action of what part we can play. So I'll start with the first topic just to give a state of the nation. So retread tyres, it's been a declining part of the truck and bus market for a few years now. Pre-COVID, there were around 800,000 tyres in the marketplace out of around 2.5 million tyres sold, truck tyres in the market. So roughly 1 in 3 tyres were a retread tyre. It's estimated by the end of this year we'll probably sell around 500,000 retread tyres. So it's gone to 1 in 4 tyres now. To note, in 2012, it was estimated that nearly 50% of the market was a retread tyre of that truck market. And we're not alone. The European markets have shown similar trends. They've declined. A bit of background, that 75% of the market are hot retreads, so bead to bead, mould, cured, processed truck tyres, and 25% are cold truck tyres. Talking about technology as well, that all I've done is put my, in terms of the visual, that's not me being creative, that's AI. Technology will help us. I've just put my speech into Copilot and asked it for a visual, and it came up with that one on the left-hand side. So technology will definitely help us, and it will speed up our lives, and it won't get rid of jobs as people expect it to. It will make us more productive, just as a side point. But retread tyres are misunderstood by government and parts of the industry. Would everyone be able to explain what a retread tyre is? I'd hazard a guess that wouldn't be the case. And maybe 50% of those responses would have a negative perception. And on the back of this, there are still a lot of myths and bad press around retreads. Take tyre debris on the side of roads. Are all these retreaded truck or bus tyres? No. And it's a fact, and it's backed up by the National Highways Agency. And with the market in decline, this means that factories are not running at full capacity. As an industry as a whole, highly skilled employees are leaving the industry. Whether you're an operative in the factory or a tyre technician on the side of the road, highly skilled jobs and people are leaving this industry. Budget tyres from the Far East are not helping the retread industry, most being cheap, use once, single life tyres. If they can't be retreaded or remanufactured, this then contributes towards tyres being fly tipped into fields, into rivers, being shipped abroad, causing pollution and health problems. The use once, throw away culture is tarnishing the industry, and it feels like there's been a lot of complacency and a lack of education. These single-use tyres are consuming natural resources unnecessarily. It's not widely known that remanufacturing a tyre saves 70% less raw materials. Other sectors are moving quicker to adopt remanufactured products. Take the phone industry, take the clothing industry, take the battery industry. They're moving quicker than we are. And while we wait for the UK government to publish its circular economy strategy, the EU Circular Economy Act is due to be adopted next year. This legislation will change their economies, including changing the retread industry. If we turn to fleets, some fleets, mainly large fleets, are buying into the multi-life concept, but they feel unsupported. Without further progress, we're limiting how far they can go to achieve their net zero ambitions. Fleets have to track and report on where they're emitting greenhouse gases, whether it's in relation to their upstream activities, their purchased energy or consumption, or their downstream activities. As retread tyres do not have official labelling today, it's not helping fleets demonstrate how retreads contribute towards the CO2 emissions and the reporting targets relating to Scope 3, downstream activities. I know that labelling of retreads is not as easy as labelling a new tyre due to the transparency of the base casing, but it's certainly not impossible, and it's not impossible when we think about RFID and other technology that's there today. We're just too slow to adopt it. If we look at the industry associations, these have acted independently on this topic, not spoken with one voice, not collaborated together, and not jointly created aligned policies. I would say that's changed over the past 6 months, and that's a positive. And there's more positives. The UK retread industry supports 5,500 jobs in the UK. The tyre industry as a whole is still forward-thinking and forward-looking. If we look outside of truck and bus, retreaded aircraft tyres are fitted to over 80% of airliners. They've been quick to adopt retreads. And those original casings get more than 7 lives. We've got that ahead of us. In terms of the voice of the fleets, some large fleets are buying into the retreads and a multi-life policy, and they can see the benefits of using retreads and in terms of helping them meet their environmental commitments. But there's still an industry to salvage, and the conversations in the past 6 months are promising. But overall, it's not a happy picture in terms of that declining part of our market, but there are some positive aspects. So, a bit of vision, similar to what Trevor said. We've got to aim high. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be like we see it today. All of us in this room can turn this around. I'm here to tell you that the industry that we can all be proud of can deliver growth, can deliver jobs for the UK. It can deliver healthy returns for all of us. Retreads are right. It's difficult to argue that retreads are not logical to adopt from a safety or an environmental perspective. The various think tanks discussing retreads and remanufacturing of tyres are now talking the same language. They're louder than ever before, that their ambitions are shared and doors are opening and everything is in place to plug and play. So in terms of a vision, let's put ourselves in 2035. Here's what we can look forward to. So the government recognised it needed to lead by example. Remanufacturing is at the heart of the UK's circular economy strategy and has produced policies and legislation. As a result, a suite of policies were introduced to support retreading from factory to the customer. Retreaded truck tyres now make up more than 35% of the market. So we're back to 1 in 3 tyres being sold in the UK truck market being a retread. This means we give up to 250,000 tyres a new life. we're saving 12,500 tonnes annually of material and 15,000 tonnes less CO2 being emitted. Remanufacturing is now the norm. Remanufacturing of tyres is done locally to serve the UK market. Technology introduced has provided necessary platforms and processes to efficiently manage sustainable product regulations. Technology has helped to introduce labelling of remanufactured tyres. Technology has helped to adhere to waste management legislations. The value of multi-life policy is recognised, and the government continues to protect UK PLC with tariffs that help create a level playing field. Green procurement is leading the way from a fleet perspective. There were rules put in place to ensure every public sector fleet had to incorporate retreaded truck and bus tyres. Tax breaks were bought into fleets, large and small, to claim rebates on retread purchases, recognising they are safe and good for the environment. In fact, you don't see those cheap used once tyres at all, because our customers have recognised the economic and environmental benefits. Industry associations act as one on the remanufacturing topic in the tyre industry. They speak with one voice. It's what we're seeing with the BTMA, it's what we're seeing with the NTDA now. And they've aligned policy documents and member commitments on the topic. The government and the industry have worked together to develop fully funded closed-loop systems for end-of-life tyres. Tyres being dumped in lay-bys, in fields, in rivers, as we see today, are a thing of the past. Our factories in the UK are running at full capacity. Employment is 10% higher in this industry. The recruitment drive for new shop floor employees launched in 2028 is now a solid and consistent platform for employment. They provide skilled jobs alongside AI technology. And it's not just in truck and bus tyres. When we talk about OTR tyres and other products, they're 100% aligned, and they're not treated like the poor relation anymore. We speak about remanufacturing of tyres in the same breath. Now, I personally don't think this is an unrealistic ambition that we've got. We've just been too slow to come together and drive this together, and it's all in our hands. So we don't want to be left behind. We all know how we get there. We all know what needs to be true. We all know what we need to believe in. So if we look at this case study, and it's a recent case study from September this year, it's a good representation of the vision that I've just described. So the tyre retreading market around the world is still strong, valued at 11.6 billion in 2024. It's set to reach 18.3 billion by 2032. You can see there, it's amazing that they talk about modern fleet management is rapidly embracing retreading. But retreads have been around for hundreds of years. Fleet operators home and abroad are citing the benefits from running a multi-life policy, not just to unlock cost efficiencies, but also to reduce their environmental impact and show how it can make them look good in front of their customers and help them achieve their green ambitions. I honestly believe the momentum is building, and we need to speed things up in the UK, plug things in quickly, and we don't want to be left behind in the UK. We can see what's happening elsewhere in the world. So what else gives us hope? Taxonomy. In the EU, they've recognised that retreads are compliant to achieving a circular economy, and therefore the use of retreads gives customers access to green finance. In the US, they've introduced the retreaded truck tyre jobs, supply chain security and Sustainability Act in June 2024, offering 30% tax credits to promote the purchase of retreaded tyres. If we look at the labelling of retread tyres, the discussions and the plans are in progress now, and they're aiming to come into effect in 2028. The local-to-local concept is growing. The gains from remanufacturing tyres locally is increasing. You can see the savings in CO2 by not moving casings, semi-finished product, finished product around. And in terms of the UK circular economy policies, discussions with government are live. Policies are out for consultation as I speak today. The pressure and the lobbying must not stagnate. Industry associations are coming together and speaking with one voice. We applaud the recent togetherness of the NTDA, the BTMA, the ETRMA, SMMT and the TRA. It's pleasing to read that the NTDA strongly advocates for the continued use of retread truck and bus tyres within the UK. Their support is grounded around three core pillars: sustainability, economic resilience and safety. The seriousness of problems surrounding the management of end-of-life tyres and the awareness of waste regulations not being adhered to are at heightened levels. This will naturally drive solutions to these problems, such as starting up certified pyrolysis plants. These are going to help the retread momentum, and the industry will evolve and transform in this direction more and more. So to conclude, a bit of a call to action to the members and manufacturers around the room today. What part can we play in this vision becoming a reality? How can we play a part in rebuilding an industry that we and generations to come can be proud of? We can learn more about remanufacturing of tyres and be able to sell the benefits, cost efficiencies, safety, environmental gains for all stakeholders, support for UK employment. We can talk to our local MPs. If they really want a circular economy, they have to support remanufactured truck and bus tyres and other products such as OTR tyres. You will have noticed I'm talking and referencing about remanufactured tyres and not retreaded tyres, and I've done this on purpose. The word remanufacturing resonates more within the public and government domains, and it's associated more with the benefit to the environment. So our language is important going forward. Like other industries, commit time and resources to think about the longer term direction of travel and the benefits to you and your customers of adopting multi-life policies. Those of us with children can see how being more environmentally friendly isn't a change, it's just the norm. As NTDA members, you're in pole position to benefit from the direction of travel and lead by example. Having conversations with customers about retreaded tyres can have long-term commercial benefits. Encourage customers to adopt a multi-life policy means you are directly involved in minimising environmental impact. We all know that strong customer relationships lead to repeat business and further opportunities for revenue. Revenue from regrooving, revenue from replacing tyres, revenue from cross-selling into other areas of commercial fleets, cars, vans, forklift trucks. Our customers will start to demand more from their suppliers in sustainability terms, and we can support the local supply chains. We can question those councils, those government contracts that we all come across where they're not adopting a retread policy and why they're not supporting the remanufacturing businesses in the UK. Government procurement should be leading the way here. So this isn't alien what I've been sharing with you today. This is just the next logical step to get behind, and I hope a bit of awareness and a heads up of what's around the corner. We can be confident and proud that we're supporting local industry, buying locally produced products and supporting local jobs, supply chains and the environment. Thank you.